All right, everybody, you ready for a house tour? Let's go. some of these are obvious, like this one I'm going to have to hire a painter for. It's way too high for me to manage. This little section of wall I'm going to use peel and stick wallpaper. That'll be fun. I have a bunch of holes throughout that I need to fill. I need to replace old damaged blinds. There are a ton of these brown doors that I need to paint back to white, and door moldings that are just bashed up, scraped up throughout the whole house. They need to be painted. And door hinges throughout the house, they all need to be replaced. Need to repaint the attic access, remove anchors from old track lighting, and last but certainly not least, repaint ceilings as needed. All right, so you saw the before picture of this kitchen. Here is kind of a close-up of the after in detail, but here's the thing. So I painted those red countertops with a product called Beyond Paint for countertops. And I did it about 2.5 years ago, and it's held up fairly well, but it will scratch ultimately. See all these little dots, little scratch, and moving right along. In areas where water will gather, you'll see it'll start to rub off, and if water collects and sits, this happens. So here's what I'm going to do. I am not in a position to put in new countertops right now. So here are some more areas. Cats are up here because they're so excited. So I have more of this paint and sealer, and I'm going to touch it up and see how that goes. I think it's worth doing if you really can't stand your countertops and you cannot afford to buy new ones. So that's one of the projects that we'll do. I'll be your guinea pig, and we'll see how it goes. Another thing I wanted to mention is the backsplash. So I used some peel and stick tiles by Wall Pops. And I bought, I believe, 5 packs of them, and I believe there are 4 or 5 per pack. They're kind of gelish feeling. They're not gummy, but they're not like plastic, like peel and stick floor tiles. They're kind of different, and they flop a little bit when you put them on. So it's a bit of a challenge. They have a backing that you kind of peel off as you put it on. So again, it's doable. From afar, it looks not too fakey. But again, if you're pinching pennies and you want to do something interesting with your backsplash, I think it's a pretty good option. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just letting you know because I know people are going to ask. The worst part of it was I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 outlets I had to cut around, and this little jog right here, which I did not do a perfect job. That was challenging. This was a little longer of a project than I thought it was going to be, but again, I mean, it's worth doing if you don't have a big budget and you want to do something cool looking to your backsplash. Okay. There are a few things I want to share with you. One is that I didn't show you my daughter's room and her art studio, as I feel it's important to respect others' privacy. Another thing I wanted to say is that in last week's video, I spoke about what home is. And that's what home is for me, and I recognize that that's not the case for everyone. Some people are living in unsafe households, and if that's the case for you, please reach out to a domestic violence hotline. Also, I want to emphasize that it's important not to compare your home to others. Some people's homes are grand and some are small, some are rented spaces, and there are many people who don't have any space to call home. The important thing is to appreciate the space that you do have and care for it so that you feel comfortable and at peace there. Next week, I'll be bringing you along on a winter garden tour. It's looking pretty bad out there, but I know things are percolating just beneath the surface. Thanks for watching, and watch until the end for a cute outtake. Have a great week, friends.